everybody, welcome back to John's Briefs with attorney extraordinaire Tim Forshee, criminal defense specialist. Tim Forshee, we recently had one on the channel, which was one of the most egregious misuses of a firearm that we've seen in a long time on the channel. And then someone else who was armed there, who I want to talk about, wait a minute, why didn't he shoot this guy?
About
could
prudence,
he?
yeah.
To win the fight after the fight, you need help. After a use of force, I trust Firearms Legal Protection to help me win the fight for the rest of my life. From their 24/7 attorney-answered hotline to coverage for the use of all legal tools, Firearms Legal Protection has you covered. Get a discount by signing up at the link below.
All right, this is private property. Don't enter the yard.
I got a broke fucking foot.
Don't enter this yard.
But the motherfucker ain't got to park in the middle of the road. He could put it off.
All right, we just asked you to get in your car and please leave. You need to stop approaching me. Stop approaching me.
This is my fucking house.
Stop approaching me. Could you please get out of our yard and back in your vehicle? Could you please get out of the yard and get back in your vehicle, please, sir?
Okay.
I'm not gonna say nothing. Please.
I mean,
Could you please?
I'm too old.
Could you please get out of the yard and back in your vehicle?
No,
Could you please?
Number three. It
Could you
is.
please?
It is. But it's evidently I ain't scared of y'all. I mean, I love black people. I have hired.
Hey, y'all, look, be quiet. Don't say nothing.
Fucking years.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. You've been asked that. Get away. Hey.
Don't know any of them. They worked for me for goddamn 10, 15 years. I'm a nice guy.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, all you gotta do
Don't say nothing to him.
is get off the fucking road. You ain't gotta park in the middle.
At this point, you trespassing. You've been asked to leave several times.
Y'all,
Man, they want to
I'll tell you something.
Hey,
I'm sick of this shit. I ain't putting off nothing no more. Get in the house. You hear me? I ain't putting up with it no more. You motherfuckers. Hey, you can keep filming me all you want to, but you're going to one in your fucking head.
I'm not. You're gonna go to jail. 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 And I started to shoot his ass. But I ain't got, he going to jail.
So our AR pattern rifle wielding loony was arrested later that day. The cell phone video was very convincing to the local constabulary. They went and found this guy at his house, arrested him. He faces 8 charges of aggravated assault.
Like I said, now you've watched it. This was one of the most egregious misuses of a firearm that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I wanted to beat that guy with a stick.
I wanted God to strike him down with lightning. The minute he stepped back out of that truck, this guy, just everything you hate about hateful people is this dude. I mean, he just.
If I'm a prosecutor, and I'm not, okay, but I've seen prosecutors enough, and I've done enough court work. I look at this and I go, okay, so you had some kind of a kerfuffle here. All right, cool. Then you went home, got a different vehicle, loaded a rifle in that vehicle, then came to the scene here to have an argument purposefully, had the argument, then went back to the truck, got the rifle out, and came back for another time to give him what for. We call that premeditation.
Wow. If I'm the prosecutor on this case, after we do the victim interview, I'm going to hit stop on the tape recorder, make sure that the video is turned off, have everybody leave the room. I'm going to say to the guy, why didn't you shoot this son of a bitch?
Yeah.
I mean, my God.
Well, and our victim had a gun in his hand.
That's what I mean. I'd like to say, wow, awesome prudence. I mean, this guy used great prudence and he withheld himself when I would have lost my temper and done this. But I got to be honest, I think it was very reckless.
It was recklessly risky.
Hesitation to shoot. Yeah. I mean, he should have shot that guy. Absolutely.
It was recklessly risky.
Yeah.
Now, I say that as somebody, my skill set's pretty high. If I've got to have a fight against Elmer Fudd with his rifle, I don't care if it's an AR-15 or what.
Yeah.
And I've got my pistol on me, I'm gonna win
and
that
it's
fight.
out. It's in your hands already.
I'm gonna win that fight.
Yeah.
Now I got to drop my phone to have that gunfight probably because I want 2 hands on the gun. But I'm gonna
Which
win.
is hard for some people to do, I guess, right? You
Yeah,
just can't let go of the phone.
New iPhone's cheap comparatively. If you end up in a gunfight, remember you're going to spend a whole lot more than the cost of a new iPhone.
Amen.
But the life and the life of my family is immediately at risk. I gotta go. Right? It's time to giddy up. So I think he should have shot him. I don't even
Absolutely.
think it was canny. I think can is a foregone conclusion. I think our dude with the AR is a moron of the highest order, and they're gonna bury him under the jail.
Yeah.
But a lot of people had a challenge with the hate crime.
Okay.
So he had a hate crime enhancement. So I wanted to ask you, why does stuff like this get added onto these charges?
Well, because you can, right? Anytime you've got a sentence exacerbation that you can throw on, especially in a case like this where you want to, it's nice to have it available, right?
So sometimes you go,
but a
because
hate
that guy's
crime-
an asshole.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think a hate crime has to involve a burning cross or it has to involve, killing little girls in a church in Atlanta. It doesn't. It's if part of the motivation for the crime you committed was based upon race or religion or gender identity or sexual preference or national origin, any of those types of categories. If
Against protected persons.
again, well, I mean, I think most of the people I just listed would probably be
Protected
protected
categories.
persons. Yeah, but you could say, well, is Ethiopia? I hate Ethiopians. Are Ethiopians a protected class of people? Maybe not in and of itself, but the point is, yes, they would fall into this category because based upon national origin, that's one of the categories. So yes, you could say protected people, but I mean, in theory, what is it, a hate crime against an old person? Oh, you old fuddy-duddy, you old bastard, I hate all you old bastards. That could probably be a hate crime as well because you're singling somebody out because of their age or their status. So here, this guy, I didn't hear him use the N-word or anything that was quite that blatant, but I did hear him say 2 or 3 times, you people. I'm sick of dealing with you people blocking the road, and you people on your porch, and you people. I mean, he was about 1 syllable away from the N-word as far as I was concerned. I think that was pretty obvious.
So I wonder, now again, I don't know. I don't have inside baseball here,
Yeah.
right? But you heard that, people. And then the cops show up at his house and go, tell us what happened,
Yeah.
right? We want to hear your side of the story while my badge cam is running.
Right.
And while the badge cam is running, and especially, and I'm not saying this, okay? I'm just saying this is what I think often happens here is white cop shows up at his house and he utters a couple of racial slurs. Well, those so-and-sos, and they do this thing.
Because you think you can get away with it because this is my
'Cause
compatriot.
this is-
right.
He understands
Yeah,
what's going
right.
on. And then the prosecutor watches the badge cam
Yeah.
and goes, I got you on video saying that you did that because of the guy's race. And so, and that could flip over the other way too and be just as much a hate crime. So probably it's because of the words that he used.
And I mean, obviously the guy that was videoing the entire incident that we saw from his perspective, it would have been very easy for him to lash back with some racial stuff as well.
Sure.
I didn't hear that.
No, he was
To
amazing.
his credit, he was amazing. I mean, he should have shot the dude, but he was talk about
Sir, please get off my
forgiving.
property.
Yeah, sir, I'm going to ask you again. I've asked you, you're on my property. I mean, he was incredibly great on all that stuff. I was really
Who's the good person here?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's
Right.
the sane, sober, moral, prudent
Yeah,
person here?
very clearly.
Clearly the guy with the camera. And so I just think, again, I do sense some people's frustration. They say, man, too much is put on, race crimes and hate crimes and, blah, blah. And would it be done the other way? And there's those things.
We're all adults. We've all lived through the horrors of 2020 through 2023. I mean, and there's clearly there's a conversation to be had there, but this isn't the place for it. This is just. I believe it was a hate crime, and I think it was charged. Plus, I don't care if they charge the guy for having a mustache. If they can bury him deeper underneath the prison, I'm all for it on this guy.
Sometimes you throw charges at him because
Exactly.
this guy needs to go away for a long time.
This
And
guy, I hope, dies in prison, and I would imagine, based upon what I saw from his age, he probably will.
call it the a-hole tax.
Yeah.
When it gets in there, I'm going to almost guarantee you though, if a trial actually happens, it's going to be something he said. You people on camera, probably not enough. It's probably not enough to sustain. I think
Who's your jury? Who's your jury?
Who's your jury?
This is in Louisiana. I mean,
So
I
if-
mean, this
if
guy's living in the wrong state if he wants to have that mindset. I think.
If his
that's
defense
crazy.
attorney gets him on the stand and he says, "Well, what did you mean by you people?" I mean,
Yeah.
well, them. These neighbors, these
Yeah.
people who live in this house. You know what I mean? That's what I meant.
But and that's what you're going to say, because what else can you say? But my point is, if you've got a jury that is comprised of 80% people of color and you try to sell that crap, they might not buy
might
that.
not buy
Yeah,
it.
that dragon's not going to like that
But
time.
far more likely, again, in his interview with the police afterwards, so sir, can you explain what you meant by this statement that you gave to this officer that we showed the jury? well, I didn't really mean it that way, but you said it that way, and so
Or he might have been stupid enough to double down.
yeah, that's
This
true.
guy. I wouldn't
Well,
be
you know how it
surprised.
is. You know.
Well, you know what I meant by you people.
Oh,
I'm tired of paying. I mean,
Yeah,
I
and-
wouldn't be surprised. This guy was, man, this guy didn't have 2 IQ points to rub together. I wouldn't have been surprised if he just buried himself even deeper.
So that's how they happen. So
Yeah.
what's the lesson here?
Well, don't be stupid with a gun. Don't be stupid at all, but really don't be stupid with a gun.
So A, don't do stupid things with a gun. B, don't use your gun as a will enforcement device. Okay, that's a big deal. Number 3, you're really probably not going to get charged with hate crimes if you're not doing stuff that is blatantly racist, because you got to prove that to a jury.
Right.
And so there's a great rule here to be a good person and not be a racist. And I can just feel the comments now of people saying, yeah, but people say that just regular stuff is racist. Maybe sometimes open our ears and recognize that. I mean, it took me a while to realize, for instance, I was born in 1976. Okay, I was raised in the San Francisco Bay Area, which is a very multicultural area, right? I had my best friend growing up was a Puerto Rican kid, and we had Vietnamese kids in our class, and black kids, Samoan kids. We had, just a really diverse group in my elementary school class, and I had 3 elementary school compatriots, classmates, who were the first kids in their family to go to school with white kids
Wow.
in 1980.
Yeah.
And you go, wait a minute, Brown v. Board of Education was 1954, John. I know.
Then there's real life.
It was
Yeah.
26 years before that, and still hadn't been done. And they were the first kids to have gone to school with white kids. And so you go, okay, wait a minute. Maybe the world ain't exactly the way that I wish that it was all the time, or way that I was taught that it was. And maybe that does have a more modern context on things. And so I got to think about those stuff and how I
guess
treat people.
I guess you always have to remember, as deplorable as it is, it's not illegal to be racist.
Yeah, it's not.
It is very illegal to be racist and commit crime due to racism.
Yeah.
And so I think within the last 15 or 20 years, our society has kind of caught up with that. We now have exacerbated sentencing as a result of that. And I say good. I'm glad. And that certainly works. I don't care which color is calling the other color the idiot or committing the violence. It doesn't matter one way or the other. It should be exacerbated because of that, because there's no place for that. So,
I love that idea. Okay, it's not a crime to be a racist.
Right.
You have a First Amendment freedom of
Yeah.
expression to be a total a-hole.
Mhm.
I don't think you should, but
it's deplorable, but it's legal.
deplorable, but it's legal. But if you commit a crime because of that, then
We're gonna
there's
swallow the key.
there's an enhancement on it.
Yeah.
So that's probably how that happened. So if this guy just was a racist in his neighborhood, no problem at all. Start doing stupid stuff with guns
Yeah.
for racist reasons, you're going to catch some hate.
And by the way, you can
comments.
always tell the ignorant, racist, white jerk because he's the guy that's got about $160 worth of gun show crap bolted onto his AR-15 too. So I don't know if you spotted all that, but I saw a lot of
a crappy
dangly
gun.
corkscrew cords hanging off that
I was
thing.
like, oh boy, that guy's got a Snoopy snow cone machine on this freaking AR.
Exactly.
And that's, a thing, whatever. And the homeowner was a gun owner too.
Yeah.
And so guess what? The Second Amendment is a civil right for everybody. I'm totally down with that. I don't have any animus towards anyone.
But guys, if a dude gets out of his truck after you've been involved in an altercation and pulls out a rifle and shoots at your house and you're standing there with a gun in your hand,
Stop that
Put him
threat.
down. Yeah,
Stop
for
that
crying
threat.
out loud. You wait too long and you and your wife and your kids are dead. I mean, there's just no excuse for that. So
Amen. Thanks for the knowledge, Tim.
I don't know if there's any knowledge there, but you're welcome, brothers. Thanks always.